all our little all of our little homework things as we get everybody in here. Deborah, nice to see you. Nice to have you join.
Thank you.
Carrie, good to have you on. There's Charlene. Oh, Charlene, did you get your hair cut? It looks pretty. It looks pretty. I like it. I like it. I went and got my hair cut the other day, and this has never happened to me before. I'm just killing time for a second while we get everybody on. Oh, hi, Katie Westman. I haven't seen you in ages. Um, and so I go to get my hair cut, and she's, cutting my hair and she's drying my hair, and she turns off the hair dryer and she says, "I love your silver highlights." And I said, "What?" She said, "I love your silver highlights. The silver is coming in really nicely in your hair." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know that I want to hear that." So it's fine. Everything is fine. Bonnie, Chantel, nice to see you. I like to, when you got your camera on, it's good to say hello. Um, all right. So, oh, hi, Christine. All right, wonderful. Oh, welcome to the Silver Highlight Club. Thanks, Martha. So in the chat, if you guys would, I would love if you would just say where you are logging in from. So if you could do that here right quick as we're getting everything all squared away. And we're going to get started. So Detroit, Arlington, Virginia, Round Hill, Virginia. Philly area. Oh, very nice. Houston. We just hired a new team member in Houston. Burke, Virginia, Albany, New York. Is it cold up there? It's got to be cold up there, Bonnie. Are you freezing your butt off? Yeah. My sister-in-law is from somewhere up there. I don't know why. It just went away from me, but she's upstate New York too. Okay, Mill Creek, Washington. I bet you're chilly there too. Denver. Adrian's not cold in Southwest Florida, and neither is Christine in Sarasota. So there we go. All right, ladies. So here's what we're gonna do for today. Today we have our Midlife Real Estate Roundtable. So what is so lovely is there are several of you I see on here who have participated in these before. So always happy to have you back. But we also have a lot of pretty new faces today. So always happy to have new ladies who are joining us for these conversations. So happy to have you here for that. Today's topic is all about gratitude. And last month we talked about joy, and specifically, a lot of what we talked about last month is, I've been in business for more than 2 decades. I've been in business for 23 years now, and I've really changed and shifted a lot of things in my business over the last, handful or so of years. I'm not in. I produce. I generate business. I prospect every week. I this year I'll have about 20 million in sales volume, but I don't serve the clients myself anymore, and I haven't done that for 6 years. And so that feels really good to be in that place, and that's been kind of a long time evolution. But I really felt like I fell out of love with my real estate business there for a while, and this year has really been a kind of a mission in getting it back and kind of getting my groove back and finding that joy in my business again. And in my life in a lot of ways, which feels really good. And so we talked about that last month. And as I was talking about that, one of the things that I said is that for me, gratitude has kind of been the gateway to joy, if that makes sense at all. Like the more I have found gratitude in my business and in different things, the more that has kind of helped me with that. So I have a really quick little exercise that we're going to do before we move into today's conversation. And what I love, if you are new to these roundtable conversations, I have a list of discussion questions that are around the topic. And then what I love is that we just share, and we take turns, we unmute anybody who wishes to share, and it's just kind of a really nice collaborative, inspirational conversation. And I think you might even find that you'll learn something too. So here's the exercise. I want you to grab a piece of paper, grab a little sticky note. It could be the notes app on your phone. I just want you to grab something. This will take 30 seconds. Well, maybe a minute. This will take a minute. And at the top of the paper, I'm going to write one word, and that word is how you feel right now. Tell me how you're feeling, or how are you feeling this morning? Tell us how you feel. One word about how you feel. And then I would like you to put that word in the chat, if you would. One word, how you feel, and then put that word in the chat. Tired. Yep, Martha. Centered. Ooh, I love that, Steffi. That's great. Overwhelmed. Yeah, lots of us there. Blessed. It's good, Jamie. So good. Relaxed. It's because she's living that Florida life. That's why she's relaxed. Conflicted. Oh, Katie. Awesome. That's good. Optimistic. That's great. Anticipation, anxious, alive, blessed. Okay. So those are good. We've got a nice balance of people who are kind of feeling it a little bit, and then people who are feeling good. So unknown. Oh, Charlene. So now I want you to write three things that you're grateful for. And it can be quick, simple. I am grateful for, I have this fabulous smelling pumpkin candle on my desk. Three quick things that you are grateful for right now. And just look up when you're done so I know you're done. Three little things that you're grateful for. Three things. And then at the bottom, oh, Bonnie, I love that. I'm grateful for my family, upcoming travel, and friends. Very nice. At the bottom of that piece of paper, I want you to write one word, how you feel now, having just completed that exercise. And if you were here last month, you know what we're doing. Martha, grateful for friends, family, morning walks. Yes. One word about how you feel right now after writing those three things you're grateful for, and then share that word in the chat if you would. Warm. Yeah. Happy, relaxed, grounded. Martha went from tired to grounded. Excited, blessed, encouraged. Yep, Shirley went from unknown to encouraged. Julia is grateful for her family, her friends, and her health. And very blessed. Yeah. And you were feeling anxious, Laura. And so every time I actually learned this motivated, that's a great word, Melissa. I actually learned this exercise. That's still awesome. That's so good. I learned this exercise from a coach that we brought in when we did a team advance with our team last month, and she had us do this exercise. And I have done this exercise now over and over again with many different things that I have done since then, because it is amazing. Almost every time I have done this exercise, um, like your words are different. Like a lot of times the word in the beginning is like stressed, tired, overwhelmed, like all the things. And then the word at the end, after spending 30 seconds, 60 seconds to say what you're grateful for, it's usually a very different word. And so that is just such a beautiful lesson on why we need to take time and just feel that gratitude, recognize the gratitude. I think it's so easy to get into the grind of our work, right? The pace of our work. It's been a challenging, raise your hand if this has been a challenging year for you, a challenging market for you. Yep, most of us. And so it doesn't matter. And a lot of you I know whose hand I saw raised are people who have been in business for a very, very, very long time. And so, when we can take a minute and kind of lean into that gratitude and get reminded of the gratitude, get reminded about what we love about our business, why we have, why we're here, why we're still in it, why we're still doing what we're doing, then it can kind of change things a little bit. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So I have some questions, and we're going to kind of go through those questions. And one thing that I will also say for people who, I have a friend who's going through a terrible family crisis right now. I've got a couple of friends that are going through some true health crises. I've been through that stuff. A lot of you on here have been through that stuff. And gratitude isn't meant to ignore the hard things, the terrible things that we're going through. But the idea, I think, is it can kind of reposition you to see possibility and kind of see things in a little bit of a different way. And Charlene, I know you can relate. You've been through, you and I have been through some similar things. And when you can find that gratitude, it really does kind of shift everything for you. So all right, so here's our first question right now. And I would love anybody who wants to raise your hand. So you can just literally raise your hand, or there's a button. Look on the bottom of your screen. Now, if you're on a phone, it's different. So I'm not sure where it'll be. But on the bottom of the screen, there's something called React. And if you click on that, you'll be able to see, it'll say raise hand. So you can use that. So our first question is, thinking just about your business, what is one thing in your business right now that you are genuinely grateful for? And it can be It can be anything. It can be a small thing. For me, right now, I think the thing that I am most genuinely grateful for in my business is that I have been able to shift my business in such a way that like I genuinely love my mornings. If you follow me on Instagram, I feel like I talk about my mornings way too much. But I have been able to move things around to such a way that I can fully enjoy it. My husband made a fire this morning. We sat outside with a cup of coffee and a blanket, and I did my devotional and I did my journaling and I took the dog for a walk. And I am just so grateful to be able to have that flexibility in my life and in my business. So, who else? Who wants to share? What is something that you're genuinely grateful for right now in your business? And I'm not afraid to call on somebody.
I will.
Deborah. Yeah,
Okay,
tell us.
so last night I've had a listing that we've been on the market for over 70 days, and
Ooh,
we went pending inspection last night. And I'm
congratulations.
grateful for that. And if it falls out, I have three more waiting to see that
Oh,
house. So I'm grateful.
that is isn't that such a relief, especially when it's been on the market for so long, right? Do you
Yeah.
feel so relieved? Yeah, so relieved. One of my friends posted this morning that in her market, there's like 172 price cuts. And the way I read it as 172 paper cuts, which is how I think a lot of us feel right now, right? This business has got us feeling, this market has got us feeling like it's like death by paper cut. So congratulations, Deborah. That's a wonderful thing to feel grateful for. Who else? Else wants to share something that you're grateful for? Who else wants to share? Martha Mason.
Um, I'm also grateful for a listing that was on the market a long time and is closing this weekend. And it
Oh,
was,
good.
even though it was sitting so long, the sellers understood the market. They were easy to work with. They took my advice. They
Oh,
they
how
did all
nice to
the
have that.
things, and
Yes.
it was a nice way to. I mean, I have some buyers still looking, but it might be the last transaction of the year, so it's a nice way
Okay.
to end the year.
Okay, good. It's
So
so good to have this because I know you've actually had multiple clients this year that have been the opposite of that. So
yes,
how nice to have one that
yeah,
is
for sure.
appreciative that
And I'm
way.
also grateful for just relationships with other agents, either on the team or not. Like I had
Yeah.
coffee with a another agent friend this morning, and it's just nice
Nice.
to be able to talk shop with people who understand.
Isn't that the
And that's
truth?
why I'm here too. So
Okay, good.
thankful.
Well, thank you. We're glad you're here. Anybody else? We'll take maybe one or two more on this question, and we'll move on to our next one. What are you grateful for? Genuinely grateful for in your business right now? I know there's something. Anybody? Or I'll pick somebody. Katie Wethman, I see that you're urging, and then Steffi, I've got you right after Katie.
I knew you were going to come to me, but that's okay. I have something
Ah,
I've been thinking about. So I am genuinely grateful for one of my team members who he was a production partner here in DC, and with
mhm.
some life changes and things, he had to relocate to San Francisco.
Ooh,
But we were able to work out like he's now my virtual admin, and I am genuinely grateful that we found a solution that works for both of us because his he's so good and he has taken so much off of my plate. Like he's
yeah.
one of the best hires I've ever had. And I'm
Oh,
just
wow.
so grateful that he's still in my life, even though he's afar.
Yeah,
Because the times when I just think, oh my gosh, I just don't want to deal with this. I can't do
yeah,
all this admin is just not my thing.
yeah.
And he's there and he's really good and he just proactively takes care of things. And I'm really grateful for
What a
him.
blessing. And how lucky too, like finding somebody who's already in your world that knows your business and knows you and how you do things. Like that's so good, right? Can you imagine like having to train somebody new? That's brutal. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Well done. Steffi, how about you? What are you grateful for?
Well, I had a team member that I worked with for years, brand new to the industry, and it was decided that this was not the right fit. But I'm super grateful for my time with him because it really held a mirror up to how I do business
Oh,
and helped me not only understand that I've come a really long way since I've started, but also like areas where I need to put my money where my mouth is. And
mhm.
it was really like a very deep experience. So
Oh, that's
grateful for
awesome.
people like learning from others in the industry.
I love that. I think sometimes, and kudos to you too for recognizing some of those things and giving yourself some credit in that too, because I think sometimes we
Definitely.
we don't, right? We don't give ourselves enough credit. Who was I talking to? I was talking to somebody this morning. And we don't give ourselves enough credit, I think, sometimes for our wins and the things that we do. So Buffalo, New York, it just hit me when we were talking about somebody in Albany, and I said my sister-in-law, I think it was Giovanni, upstate, and she's from Buffalo. I don't know why, random, that just hit my head. All right, so let's talk about what has been an unexpected blessing or a silver lining in your business this year. Have we all have these kind of moments of things where it's not going to be good, it's a tough transaction, it's a difficult whatever. And then, you find maybe a little bit of a silver lining, or there's like a little unexpected blessing that you're not expecting that kind of comes up. Anybody want to share one of those, a silver lining? Yeah, go ahead, Jamie.
I'm sorry, I can't be on camera because I'm driving.
Oh, you're
Well, I
fine.
know that's not an excuse, but um,
You're fine.
I guess my blessing, the first thing that popped, or not, that unexpected was I learned how to take rejection easier and better,
Oh,
which
wow.
has made me, I feel like it's made me a stronger realtor as well, because
Mm,
I've lost a lot of clients this year just for one reason or another.
yeah.
And it used to tear me up. Like, I've been in the business about 5 years, so I'm still kind
Yeah.
of a baby in it, but learning how to handle the no's or rejections, or a client that decided after 6 months of me showing they went with another realtor, those kind of things, it just I'm a lot healthier in my mind about accepting
Wow.
that. I think that's been really important in this industry. So
Good for you. And you know what? That is a skill that is going to take you for years, right? Another 5 years, decades to come in this business. And it's one of the hardest things, right? Isn't that one of the hardest things? The rejection factor, just that kind of mindset sometimes when Martha fired a client recently, which is a win actually. But it's hard. It's hard. I was listening to does anybody else follow Brian Buffini? I have been a Buffini follower forever, and he did like a little preview of his bold predictions, which is coming up, I think December 3rd or something like that. It's free. Everybody should do it. It'll be really good. And one of the things that he said, Jamie, which I thought about when you were just talking, is that 1 in 7 contracts have fallen apart this year. Who has had a contract fall apart this year? Anybody else have a contract? Yeah. And so 1 in 7, that's huge. And so that's hard on us. It's hard on our clients. And especially if you've had more than one that has fallen through, that can really beat you down. So good for you, Jamie, on learning that. So that's fantastic. Anybody else want to share? Oh, yeah, go ahead, Julia. Share with us. Julia's going to share unexpected blessing or a silver lining in your business. Did you want to share, Julia? Or you were raising your hand for something else. There we go.
Sorry about that. I was trying to unmute.
That's okay.
I was raising my hand that yes, I've definitely had
Oh,
a contract fall apart this year,
yeah.
and last year. So probably a couple years. Um,
It's tough. Have
yes,
there been any unexpected blessings or silver linings in your business that you've found this year that you've seen?
absolutely. One of the things I was going to type. I feel like there's a lot for me. I'm a newer agent, only been doing this 3 years.
Hmm.
And the fact that I apologize for my dog in the background. The
That's okay.
fact that I can do this job on my time, or this
Yep.
career on my time and on my terms, is just amazing. And I'm super grateful and blessed that for the leadership and the mentorship and training and support from from REA, the company I work with. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. Very good. Excellent. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else want to share on this topic? Unexpected blessing, silver lining? Go ahead, Bonnie. Gotta unmute.
Oh, hi. So yesterday I closed on a buyer sale. I'm primarily a listing agent. I've been doing this for 20 years, but it was a friend of the family, and it was a VA buyer, very tough in our market. We have no inventory. You show them, the house every single time it comes on. beat out, finally got him a house. And you get feel kind of defeated. And I definitely like being a listing agent much more than a buyer agent. But I guess that closing, they were so happy yesterday, and it kind of
Oh,
brought back the feeling of what it feels like for a young first time couple to get a house. And I gave them a closing gift, and she was almost crying. And it was like, so it made me feel good, like, okay, there's like, this is kind of why I got into it years ago, and
yeah.
felt a little happier than feeling hardened about like how the transactions go.
Yeah, that's so good because I think sometimes we forget, right? And especially, sometimes when you work, I was primarily a listing agent too, and so sometimes, they're it's like different, maybe they're moving for work, maybe they're selling for not a happy reason, or like there's like more stress involved. But when you've got that first time home buyer that's just like so excited, I mean, it's a different energy. So that's really good. Thank you for sharing that. We'll take one more on this topic. Anybody else? Silver lining, unexpected blessing. Anybody? Silver lining, unexpected blessing. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Laura. Hi, Laura Audi.
Or I had an unexpected blessing. I thought it was a curse, but it was a blessing, turned out to be a blessing.
Uh-huh.
I've had literally almost no business this year. I lost four buyers.
Oh, wow.
But I've had a house that I had bought like 2 years ago to flip. And because it was so slow, it has given me an opportunity to get down there and work on it, renovate it, to get it ready for market, hopefully within 3 months.
Excellent.
So
Where is it?
it's in Northern Neck,
Okay.
Lancaster.
Okay. Okay. Very good. So that extra time, right? Because your
Mhm,
business has been slow, things have fallen through. That extra
mhm.
time has actually, proven to be a blessing for you. So that's good.
Absolutely.
That's
It
good.
really has, because I haven't had time to do
Yeah.
anything with it because it's 3 hours over there, 3 hours
Yep.
back to
Yep.
drive.
Yep.
So
Okay.
it's been a
Good.
blessing.
Well, that's good. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. All right, so let's talk about where in your business are you feeling peace or ease right now? Like, is there? And I think a lot of times we tend to think about like we just did. I had on my desk. We're doing our like our business planning and goal setting and all that with my team and with the inner circle right now. And we spend a lot of time I think thinking about like what's wrong and what's not working and what feels uncomfortable. But there are, if we sit and we think about it for a minute, there are places where you're feeling maybe some peace or some ease in your business. For me, this year, I have felt so much peace and ease around my prospecting. Like I have really, it's taken me years, but I've really kind of dialed into what works for me and I have a system for it and I do it every Monday morning and it just feels good and I'm not feeling that anxiety that oh gosh, I'm going to do this I'm going to do this stuff and nothing's going to happen because I've done it long enough now that I know that like I'm going to do this stuff and it's going to come. It might not come today or tomorrow or next week, but it's coming, right? And so I just feel very peaceful. And I just kind of feel very at ease about that. And I do think that when you can feel that way, it actually helps things to go better, right? Your energy is different. So, who else? Where is an area of your business where you're feeling peaceful, where you're feeling at ease in something in your business? You can either raise your hand, put it in the chat, an area of your business where you're feeling peace or at ease. I hope everybody's got some place in their business where they're feeling peaceful. Yeah, Deborah.
I'm just feeling optimistic for next year. It's nice that, here we go into December. I feel like I can relax and um, just enjoy the relaxation and the peace that comes with the holiday.
Yes.
Uh, and then looking forward to next year and putting some new things in place to tweak things. But I've been building a huge network, and I know I have a few people in there that are planning to do something this next year and that
Yep.
I'm in communication with, and that makes me feel optimistic.
Oh, that's awesome. I love feeling optimistic. Who wants to feel optimistic right now? I think it's been hard. It's been hard this year necessarily to feel optimistic. And so the fact that you're feeling that way, Deborah, is I think pretty special. How long have you been in business?
Well, this is my second time in the business. I'm
Okay.
old as dirt,
Oh,
but I've been in business for 50 years, but
wow.
real estate 4 years back in 80 and
Okay.
around the early 80s, and then now 5 years here
Okay.
now.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Well, we're glad you're here. Thank you for sharing that. That was one of the things that Brian Buffini was saying too. Go to his website. I don't have the link, but the bold predictions that's coming up. I think it's either December 2nd or December 3rd. And in what he's sharing is he was kind of saying the same, like all of these listings, people that took their homes off the market in 2025 for whatever reason, like the stats and the predictions are that they're coming on in 2026. So there is reason, I think, to be optimistic. And, if you have anybody who did come off the market or weren't able to buy for whatever reason, stay in touch with them because, they're going to be coming back. Um, so there's that. Who else wants to share? What's an area in your business where you're feeling peaceful, feeling at ease in your business? Anybody? Peaceful, at ease? Martha, you're like one of the most Zen people that I know. Where are you feeling peaceful? Oh, thank you, Maddie, for sharing that. Anybody who's looking for that. Oh, Martha shared it. Thank you. Thank you. Martha,
Um,
where are you feeling peaceful or at ease?
um, I feel good. I mean, it wasn't the best year relationally, but it wasn't horrible either. And I just feel at peace with the way it's ending. And I'm not sure what's going to happen next year, but I'm
Mhm.
not too worried about it for some
Yeah.
reason. I feel
Your
like I
first half
have
of the
good, go ahead.
you have good pipeline. Your first half of the year was good. Like, didn't you have like 5 or 6 transactions in like June, those months
Yeah,
alone?
I had like six in July. Like,
Just 6 in July.
so
That's all.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, 16 total for the year. I started doing the homework and stuff, but,
Okay, that's good.
and had lots of good referrals. I still have buyers looking that might end up, in the new year. So I don't
Okay.
know. I feel good. Everything's
Okay.
good.
Okay, good. Anybody else place in your business where you're feeling at peace or at ease? And you're welcome to put it in the chat if you don't want to unmute yourself. At peace, at ease, anybody? Feel free to share. We're a friendly group. Charlene, how about you?
Well, Karen, I'm going through.
I know that's why I wasn't going to call on you, but I know. I'm sorry.
No, I'm a Christian. I've been a Christian all my life, and
Yep.
now I have some family drama.
I'm so
And
sorry.
I'm just ready to move forward and have a phenomenal year next year. And I
Yeah.
have to make a decision, and it's been difficult. So,
Yeah.
what I will tell you about a blessing, I turned 65 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And my income, I'll share this with you all. And yes, I really am 67, but
Yeah.
I got a letter from Social Security last week saying because of the income of how you charge for your Medicare Part B and
Yeah.
etc., they are refunding me money from 2024 and 2025
Oh,
because I overpaid on something called IRMA.
okay.
So, I worked for Nova Fairfax Hospital. I worked for doctors for many years.
Mhm.
So I knew exactly what they were doing. So I'm getting like $4,000 back, which is
Oh,
shocking.
what a blessing, Charlene. That's amazing.
But it's weird because I didn't expect it. And
Yeah.
so I will offer to anybody if you ever need to know anything about medical EOBs, I know it
She's your
backwards and
girl.
forwards.
Charlene's your
But
girl.
yeah, but I'm gonna make a decision in the next 2 weeks or so. And so
Okay.
just that's where I'm at.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm sorry for the personal trouble that you're having, and I'm happy for that unexpected blessing for you. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Is there think about a client or a transaction that you had this year that really made your year better? Like, what was your favorite transaction this year, and what was so good about it? And you can either unmute and share, or you can put it in the chat. But was there a particular client situation that was a good one for you? I will share one of mine while you guys are thinking. I have a longtime client or friend that I've known for many years that he's referred business to me and needed to sell his father's home. His father had passed away, and so I referred him to one of my team members, and I knew that the transaction had been kind of challenging because of the type of property it was and some of the things. And so he reached out I won't forget, like one Friday evening, and I hadn't talked to this person in a very long time. And he reached out and said, "Can I call you?" And I'll admit, my first thought was, oh shit. He's not happy. Things didn't go well. And so I called and he said, I'm just calling to tell you that your team is amazing. And Teresa was so incredible, and she took such incredible care of us. And, when I referred my friend and Martha helped him, and, everybody is just top notch, and you guys are amazing. And I'm just going to refer to you forever. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think sometimes, especially if you are somebody that you don't serve all your clients yourself personally, or you're referring or you refer out of state, like I think there's always this kind of fear sometimes that when you refer out that, it's going to go poorly. And to get a win like that just felt really good. So I was really grateful for that. Chantel in the chat said she's driving, so she can't talk right now, but she sold to a daughter and her husband and her parents right next door. Two deals, same time, stressful, but it all worked out. I love that. Julia, what did you want to share? Do you want to share with us your favorite client experience this year?
Yes. So this one was actually I was on the seller side, and the buyer that uh, I'll try and make it not so long. The seller was selling a year after, so hard to recoup money for that. I actually had two of those this year, but anyway, she was moving back out to where she had moved from last year.
Uh-huh.
So and it was a manufactured home.
Mm.
So I was working to try and make sure she didn't lose money. But
Yeah.
the best thing about it is, well, one, she didn't lose money. Actually, she made money. But the buyer, it was great because he is a veteran,
Mhm.
and he had been turned down for 6 different previous homes because
Oh,
the
wow.
sellers and the agents were not willing to do VA loans.
Oh, wow.
And he and my seller was not in the beginning, but we talked about it, and we decided to go for it anyway. So it all worked out, and he got the house. We had some hiccups in between, and he literally was to the point where he was going to look for a trailer to put in in like
Yeah.
a lot,
Yeah.
because he had lost 6 deals, and this was going to be the seventh. So
Wow.
it worked out, and he got it, and so both were thrilled, and he was the happiest buyer that I think I've ever seen. So
Doesn't that make you feel so good? It like renews your hope, right? In like the
it,
industry, doesn't it?
yes, it
Yeah.
does, and I love those kinds just because I love it for work.
Yep.
Obviously, we represent our clients, but I love
Yep.
it when it works so well for both sides.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. I love that. Fantastic. Okay, I have two more little questions for us before we'll wrap up today. So, one is, and I've seen people share like a meme or like a graphic of this before, but like, what is something that you once prayed for, hoped for, and that you have now? Like, aren't those, don't, haven't you ever have those moments, especially if you've been in business for a long time or, you've been alive on this earth for as long as a lot of us have been on. Sometimes there's things that it's easy to feel, and the things that we deal with are hard, right? Don't get me wrong. It's not that they're not hard, but, it's maybe something that we prayed for and it's something that we wanted. And, here it is, we're living it. It's hard, but we're living it now. Does that bring up anything for anybody? Flexible schedule, Carrie. Yep. hmm And it's hard to make that happen sometimes, right? But we pray for it and we want it. And so now we have it. So that's good. Anybody else? Something that you've hoped for, prayed for, wanted, and realized that now you have it? I for years I always told myself that I didn't have time in the morning to take a walk or to like exercise, right? And I've told myself this for years. And certainly when my kids were little, like I have three sons, so certainly when they were younger, it was definitely a lot harder for me to do that. And I always wanted a dog. Like I envisioned myself walking a dog, you know. And but all my dogs have always been, you know, lazy and not good dog walkers and not walkers. And so 2 years ago, one of my good friends found this German Shepherd for me. She knew that I was, you know, we were kind of hoping for one. One of our dogs had passed away, and she found this poor dog on a Facebook group, and so we are her third family. She's sound asleep on the couch across from me right now, and so she's a fabulous walker. And she and I walk every day. We walk a mile or two every morning, and you know, sometimes I'm a little mad about it because, you know, this dog has a list of issues as long as my arm. But she's a fabulous walker on a leash, and we really enjoy our walks every day. So I'm really happy to have that. Chantel is happy about autonomy. Yes. Christine, I'm slowly transitioning out of production to focus on training, teaching aspect. Eventually, I'll be a referral only agent. 26 years in production. It is a work in progress, right? But it can be done. It really can be done. And I'm proof that it can be done. I mean, I've done it now for 6 years. And I know that you can too, and I'm happy to work with you through that and to help you through that. That's actually a great segue, which I did not pay Christine to bring this up, but I do have a course where I teach this. It's called the Midlife Real Estate Blueprint, and we have a self-paced version of this course that's coming out soon, next couple weeks. We have a live cohort of the course that's starting again in January. I'm sending you the information for this today, Adrian. But it's a great course where I walk you through literally how I've done it, like, you know, the steps that I've taken, you know, how you find the people to partner with, how you keep the business coming in, you know, literally all the things. And so I will put a link in the chat for anybody who is curious. You can sign up for a wait list to learn more about it. But it is one of the favorite things that I have taught or talked about in such a long time, and I'm really passionate about it. So I'm going to share that with you guys here too for anybody who is curious about it. Martha, your oldest is expecting a baby. Oh my gosh, he's 40 and has wanted to be a dad for a long time. Oh, congratulations to your family. That's wonderful. Karen Diggs, glad to see you hop in here. Bonnie is seeing the possibilities of becoming a referral agent. Yeah, I mean, it's so possible. I mean, there's just oh, look, Maddie. Thanks, Maddie, in the chat. It is truly so possible to shift your business if that's what you want to do. And so, you know, you just have to be open. You know, that's kind of the thing that I've learned this year is you just have to be open to the possibilities and to doing things differently. I think we get into do you guys get into a rut or you kind of get into a like, oh, I've always done it this way, so I always like it has to be done this way. But truly it doesn't. Like that's one of the amazing things about our business is that you can create whatever you want, literally. So that's so possible. All right, we'll do one more question for today. And so that question is this: who in your business or personal life deserves a message of gratitude from you today? It could be a client, it could be a colleague, it could be your broker. As a former managing broker, I'm going to say give your broker love because your broker needs it. It could be a vendor, a family member. So tell us who is that person, and then I would love to challenge all of you just to send a little text message or a little call as soon as we finish today and just express that gratitude to that person. So, who is somebody who is deserving of a message of gratitude? Anybody want to share? Adrian, we haven't heard from you today. Is there somebody that you would like to express a deserves a message of gratitude from you?
Gosh, there are so many people
Aw, that's good. That's
I feel
good.
like I have a lot of really great vendors.
Yeah.
I mostly have people moving in and out because it's Florida.
Yep.
So my sellers, even if they know a lot of people, it's stuff that they don't get done a lot. And then
Yeah.
buyers are moving into town, and I have such reliable vendors.
Yes, that's so
Um,
good.
I don't even know who to pick to pick. Like, but I
Okay,
have
that's good. But you have a
great,
bunch. And
great people.
so maybe after this you'll fire off a bunch of text messages and just say thank you, right? Because those
Yeah.
vendors make or break our business, do they not? I mean,
It makes life
really.
so much easier when
Yes.
somebody is like, the AC is broken and I have the best AC guy, so that kind
Yep.
of stuff
Then
I'm
you know who to call
very
for
grateful
sure.
for.
For sure. That's awesome. I love it. Karen, since you just hopped in, not to put you on the spot, but who in your business or personal life deserves a little message of gratitude from you today?
Um, I would say can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say my personal life would be my hairdresser.
Oh, yes. Who feels gratitude for their hairdresser? Yes. Yes. A lot of us do. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
say that because, I'm getting older, my hair's thinning a little bit, and I'm like starting to panic about it. And I'm like, I gotta get in there so you can do something with this hair, like
Yes.
maybe part it on a different side or do
Uh-huh.
something. She
Yes.
allows me to kind of stress out a little bit and then she just kind of calms me down. So she would be my person today.
So maybe today you could send her a little message of gratitude, or you know what? I mean, you're part of our inner circle, so you know when we are always talking about giving reviews. A great thing that I think you could probably do for her today is you go onto her Facebook page or you go onto her Google My Business or wherever, and you post a review for her, right? Because then other people are going to see
Yes.
that, or him, and let them know that you appreciate them, and that's going to help them. That's going to help them in their business. So that's a great thing to do.
Yes.
Anybody
Thank
else?
you.
We'll take one more. Anybody else have one? Somebody you're grateful for?
I will
Mhm.
share something.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I once read Princess, what's her name? Diana? No, the Princess of Catherine
Oh
in
yeah.
Princess. She writes three thank you notes every night before she goes to
Yeah.
bed of
Oh
people who
wow.
have impacted her that day.
I love that.
I just thought I just don't forget that because I love to write notes.
Same.
But
Hmm.
this morning I did send a thank you text to another agent who I met recently at an event.
Yes.
It was a general real estate event, and
Hmm.
she invited me to her team's mastermind coming up in
Oh, so
December.
nice.
So
Oh,
I
that's so
did
nice.
let her know I'll be there and thanked her for the invitation.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I love writing notes too. I write so I mean I write like 500, 600 notes a year. Like I love it. So I love it. Thank you for sharing. Charlene, what did you want to share?
That's so interesting you say that, Deborah. I had my HVAC person here this morning, and they're the same company we've had for quite a while. And they forgot to send me a follow-up note or a call to tell me about last spring. And
Hmm.
so I was talking to them and I said, you know what? I'm going to go back and make sure that I'm staying in contact with all my clients. It's the Buffini for
Yep.
calls and notes. And then I literally had a tree guy come out who I've known since 2004. And I said, you guys used to send me things in the mail. And he said, we don't do that anymore. We're too big. And I said, so you're not
Oh,
going to send me anything in case I have a client for business? And he got it. He said,
yeah.
you're a realtor? And I said, yes, I am. So
Uh-huh.
Deborah, you're right. It really just for you all,
Hmm.
I'm big into calls, notes, and of course pop
Popeyes.
buys.
Yeah.
But boy, those notes. And so
Yeah.
both men, when they left, I had a $5 Starbucks card that said
Yeah.
thank you, and I handed it to them, and they were stunned.
Wow. Hmm.
So just to throw that out to you all for
Little
business
thing.
for the future.
Yeah, it's the little things, truly.
Mhm.
It's interesting. I had you mentioned HVAC company. I had an interesting experience. I've used the same company for years, and we have multiple investment properties, and we use the same company for the whole. And so this gentleman took over the company, so he's the new owner, and he actually reached out and wanted to come and meet me when they came for our service because I'm such a great client. Because sadly, I've had to replace so many units, but I was like, that's such an amazing touch, and he didn't know. And then, of course, when he heard that I was in real estate, then he got extra excited. But that's such a great little touch that I think a lot of us forget. Just those little tiny touches. Um, I'll tell you one more funny story, and then we'll wrap up for today. So I am a big note writer, and I love to write notes. And I wrote, in fact, I have a whole little, this is my note writing basket that's got like all my stuff, right? And I had gotten something in the mail, and it was actually an invoice that we needed to pay for our team. And my business partner keeps the checkbook. I don't, just because for whatever, she has a checkbook. And so I couldn't pay it online. We needed to like mail a check. And I was traveling and she was traveling. And I was so afraid that I was going to forget to bring it to her the next time I saw her that I decided to mail her, like, put it in a note. Well, I didn't have like a regular envelope. So I put it in like a note card envelope. And she called me this week and she's like, I got my mail and I was so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, Karen has sent me a beautiful note. And I opened it and it was a bill. Just said, well, I'm so sorry. So I thought that was kind of funny. So that's it for today. Do we feel a little more grateful maybe at the end of this conversation? Are we feeling a little bit more gratitude for our business and for the people in our lives? I'm hoping Julia says she's grateful for her husband who's supported her business, her 100%, which is amazing. So thank you. Thank you guys all for being here. Yes, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone. We will have one more of these roundtables in 2025. So our next one is going to be on December the 18th at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So it'll be a nice, hopefully it'll be a nice little wrap up for we move into like holidays and getting ready for the new year. So we will make sure that we send out an email to register for that. So hope to see you next time. Have a great rest of your day.